Nasdaq goes all in on tokenization, a turning point for global finance. Imagine a world where the stocks you buy, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, don't just live inside traditional brokerage accounts but also exist as blockchain-based tokens, tradable instantly across global networks. That world is no longer a distant dream. This week, Nasdaq, one of the world's largest and most trusted stock exchanges, made its boldest move yet into the future of finance. It filed with the SEC to allow tokenized securities trading directly on its primary market. At the same time, it announced a $50 million investment in Gemini, the exchange founded by the Winklevoss twins, locking in a partnership that could transform how Wall Street and the crypto world converge. This isn't hype, it's the financial system re-architecting itself before our eyes. Well, what's happening? Nasdaq's proposal to regulators is groundbreaking. Every traditional stock and ETF could also be mirrored as a tokenized version on blockchain rails. The rights remain identical: voting power, dividends, QSIP identifiers, but the trading mechanics shift to a more transparent, efficient digital backbone. Settlement would still be managed by the Depository Trust Company, DTC, which clears nearly all U.S. securities today. In other words, Nasdaq isn't trying to replace Wall Street's plumbing, it's upgrading it. If the SEC approves, we could see tokenized securities trading live by Q3 2026. That is not far off when you consider how long these regulatory processes typically take. And while the filing grabbed headlines, the partnership with Gemini might be just as important. Nasdaq clients will gain access to Gemini's custody and staking services, while Gemini's institutions will tap into Nasdaq's Calypso collateral management system. This is a marriage of old finance and new, a bridge between centralized trust and decentralized innovation. Why it matters for decades. Wall Street has run on outdated infrastructure, multi-day settlements, reconciliation delays, and layers of middlemen who add friction and cost. Blockchain technology promised a fix, but regulators and institutions were hesitant to risk stability. Now Nasdaq is putting its name, reputation, and billions in daily volume behind a hybrid model. The rules and trust of traditional markets, with the efficiency and transparency of tokenization. This isn't about speculation on meme coins or overnight crypto hype. It's about retooling the core of global capital markets. Imagine buying a stock and knowing it settles instantly, or transferring ownership globally without waiting for wire transfers and clearinghouses. That's what tokenization makes possible. And the bigger picture, Nasdaq's moves are part of a global momentum shift. In Hong Kong, Hashkey just announced a $500 million digital asset treasury fund. In the US, companies like BlackRock and Fidelity are experimenting with blockchain settlement. Even central banks are running pilot projects for tokenized government bonds. What Nasdaq is doing differently is scale. It is not an experiment in a sandbox. It is a proposal to bake tokenization into the heart of the US equity system. And by partnering with Gemini, it shows confidence that crypto-native infrastructure can handle institutional demands. The risks? Regulation remains tight and approval isn't guaranteed. Tokenized trading also raises questions about cybersecurity, liquidity, and whether investors even care about the difference if the end experience looks the same. But the momentum is undeniable. If approved, this could become the blueprint for every other major exchange worldwide. My closing thoughts: this is more than a business deal. It is a signal that traditional finance and crypto are no longer separate worlds. They are fusing into one system. The Nasdaq-Gemini collaboration could become the template for exchanges, brokers, and regulators globally, setting the stage for a tokenized economy where every asset, from stocks to real estate to commodities, moves seamlessly across digital rails. The timeline is set, the players are aligned, and the money is flowing. By the time tokenized securities hit Nasdaq's main market, the financial system as we know it may already look completely different. And when history looks back, this might be remembered as the week Wall Street finally embraced the blockchain revolution. Subscribe to LTL Productions for daily stories breaking down the biggest moves in crypto, finance, and the new digital economy. Stay ahead of the curve because the future of money is unfolding right now.